Welcome back to All Stars 2019 here from the Luxor Esports Arena in Vegas. I'm standing by with Rick Fox, hot off of a 24-hour charity stream for the Bahamas Relief Foundation. First off, Rick, how are you doing 24 hours in, my friend?
I'm alive. I'm still alive. I'm awake. I am sore. And most people would not know that, you know, being a professional athlete, but I've experienced the type of fatigue in my body that I didn't know existed. And that's saying a lot when I know these guys do it daily, all the time for 6 days a week or whatever with 1 day off. So my respect for them continues to grow.
Yeah, plenty of challenges come with it. My curiosity, just a quick one. What's the longest gaming session you've been through prior to this 24-hour session? How long would you say you sat in front of a computer before today?
Pretty long. Not 24 hours, a good 12 hours, 12, 14 hours.
Okay, so we doubled up today. I love it, I love it. Well, hey, I'm impressed by the fact that you're still standing because I know I'd be exhausted myself. But I want to talk a little more about why we're doing this, right? Bahamas Relief Foundation. So first, give me a quick hit on the charity itself, the work that they do, but then, of course, why it means so much to you so that you would come out and do something like this.
So for us, I am Bahamian. And our country had the greatest disaster it's ever had in the history of the country when Hurricane Dorian, which was a greater than Category 5 hurricane, hit our waters in our islands, two of them, devastated them. 70,000 people were displaced, thousands of people were sucked out into the ocean and are still missing. Many people died, and everything was destroyed. Hotels, hospitals, schools, homes, some 30,000 homes are gone. So we have a lot of families that are sitting there heading into the holidays, heading into the rest of their lives with their lives turned upside down with no future right now. And so we're just trying to do what the Bahamas Relief Foundation formed is to create relief and to help rebuild. And we started off here. Now we're just trying to get those that still have some semblance of their homes remaining to get roofs on them, to get the mold remediated, to paint and to fix up, and to get people and families back into their houses, to get kids back into schools. And so this is what this stream's been about. Not only is it about getting the donations in, as where our goal is $100,000. We're at $61,000 right now. We're going to keep going throughout the weekend. So please keep going for us here. But it's also to get the word out, the awareness, because a lot of times you'll have these natural disasters, and they can be in your neighborhood, they can be in your backyard, they can impact your life. But when they're somewhere else, we forget about it. 5 minutes later, 5 days, 5 months later, we forget. And this is going to be a massive undertaking for a nation in the coming years. And so this is just one step in front of the next. And I'm so grateful to you guys, Riot, to Esports Arena, to Tiltify, for those that have been a part of this. I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you, Jenny Mann, Burton Rogers, the Bahamas Relief Foundation core of people that have been behind this. Brett at Tiltify, they made this all possible, and their staff. So we got it done. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of some of the guests that came through.
Oh, well, let's talk about it, because I do know that, I mean, we've got obviously a great number of, big league influencers and pro players here at this event, and a whole bunch of them came through to help you out throughout the last 24 hours. Talk to me about that experience.
You know what? This is what makes this community, this Riot community, and the gaming community at large so amazing, because we come together for our own, man, and we come together to change the world in ways that people can't even imagine that we can impact things in this short amount of time. And Riot made that possible. They opened this door to our foundation. They included us in this weekend. This weekend is the celebration of the year. The 2019 year has been amazing, right? And we're going to see legends on this stage compete and show their wares, show why they're icons. I got to meet Faker. I mean, look, I've been a fan of Faker's from afar, right? Because I love excellence. He's an iconic player in this game, right? He, along with T1, were the first ones to step to the table right behind Riot. You guys, Riot showed what they were about, showed that they're in this social impact. Fund donated money to our cause, a lot of money, and that is moving the needle. And then Faker actually got off a plane, came straight to the Esports Arena here, sat down next to me. I was nervous as ever, right? I'm supposed to be playing. I'm looking at him, watching what he's doing like a fan. And then Mo, we had Tyler One, we had Golden Glue, one of our own pro players in there, right? We had Dante Rasco, we had my son, Kyle Fox, and look, the casters, you're working this weekend. I would have loved to have seen you, but you work so hard, man. You do such a great job. Captain Flowers came by. We had Azale in there. Azale was coaching me. They've both been coaching me, trying to get me going.
I saw the Cled Lucian bot lane, first of all. Yeah, I saw the Cled Lucian bot lane. That was a ton of fun. The first blood comes through. It's beautiful. Before I let you go, you mentioned already we're just over 61K out of the 100,000 goal. We're not done yet. This is necessary work. It's important work. There's a lot of incredible people behind it, the community included. But as you mentioned, all weekend long we're going, so I just want to talk about what that 100,000 goal is and what it's for. And I do know that there's a little something attached to it at the end.
Yes. So we set this goal because we believe, small steps to get to, bigger goals. We're going to eat the elephant one bite at a time, right? We're going to take down one turret, move towards the grand finale as we go here. And the 100,000 is going to put families in homes, fix roofs, get their houses ready for the holidays here so that they can have a semblance of normalcy in their lives again, so that they can actually share the family and the holiday seasons together and get off the streets, get out from under what is usually a beautiful sky in the Bahamas. But when you need to go to bed at night, you need to sleep, you need to have a roof over your head. So that's what this $100,000 is going to do. It's not going to help every family, but it's going to help a number of families in certain settlements that we've spent time in ourselves. I want to shout out to GEM, our partners there that are helping us do this work on the ground. And then if we get to that 100,000, the thing that makes it easier to do, I just wish I could tattoo it on my heart.
There it is.
We're going to do the Riot logo right somewhere on my body. And my son and I are both going to do it.
Oh, yeah, I love to hear it. Well, thank you so much for bringing this to our event. I'm so happy to be a small part of the work that you're doing. It is incredible work. Go get some rest now, my friend. You deserve it, all right? We'll see you the rest of the weekend. Back to you guys at the caster desk for the NA versus EU show match.
I have never met a man.
He actually fell asleep right there.
More impossible. Like, you cannot not love Rick Fox. What a fantastic human being. I'm Daniel Dracos. This is Jack. We're getting ready for NA versus EU. And honestly, we're already into the thick of it, but as long as we're getting a chance, like, we might as well run down the lineups. You got Bang, Core JJ, Yasuo, Tyler One, and Sneaky. And on the opposite side for Europe,
you got Jankos, Nuvarian, No Way, Bwipo, and Caps. Bwipo returning to the bottom lane like he was in 2018.
He wasn't, and this is the thing, he wasn't a bad bottom laner, so I'm slightly optimistic. But he is playing against two bottom laners, so I feel like you got to give the edge to NA, but who knows? I will say I don't appreciate the Yasuo ban. Yeah, I think you should let Yasuo play Yasuo.
As long as we don't see the Aphelios ban, I'm going to be fairly happy with this, because a reminder is we're actually on patch 9.24, which isn't released to the live servers. It's basically just a PBE patch. So I hope it goes unbanned, and I hope someone first times it here in NA vs. EU.
That's great, because I think that if they first time it and do well, we won't get to see it very much on 9.24. I feel like it's one of those champions that's either going to be like, wow, this is going to take a long time for people to learn, or it's going to be like we got to ban it every game, and this game could tell us the entire story we need to know.
In one game. I mean, last year we got to see Neeko a lot. And Neeko actually, I remember we were talking about how OP Neeko would be because so many people first-timed her and had a lot of success. And then she just ended up being a slightly above average strength champion on release.
Yeah, just new kind of
shock factor.
Yeah. I mean, on-hit Neeko admittedly was quite powerful.
Pick 'em bang. It's not banned.
All right. So for now, Pyke taking away the Heimerdinger, the Draven, the Yasuo.
These are kind of try-hard bans, though. So the Draven Heimerdinger is targeting Tyler One. He won the Twitch Rivals Shadow Dogs team mainly by playing Heimerdinger the whole time. So
you gotta respect it. Earlier today, Core JJ did lose to Mickey
There it
X.
is.
There. Ooh. That's it.
Aphelios. Yeah.
Who's gonna play it though? Is it Bwipo? Is it Caps? Is it No Way?
I think it's gonna be Bwipo.
So I know Caps loves playing new champions.
Yeah.
So are they allowed to swap? I assume they're not allowed to swap. I assume they have to go where they've been.
I mean, you can be a CS6 support if you really want.
It's gonna be hard to, if you're at home and you're like, wow, I can't wait to see what, Yasuo versus No Way looks at. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be very hard for us in game not to just talk constantly about Aphelios.
I think I'm gonna try and spend a decent amount of time on him. I haven't been able to play a full game of him. I did play against him a decent number of times while he was in development. when I was actually on the design team.
Okay.
And I've talked to the designer who finished him, Stosh, earlier today. I believe he might actually be on the analyst desk after this game to tell us more about Aphelios.
That would be awesome.
Aphelios was started by Certainly T, so he's actually like a double designer champion.
Oh.
Yeah. So
what else has Stosh done? I'll catch everyone up here in a second on the Pixel Fans.
He did Kiana, he did the Fior rework, he did other stuff that I'm forgetting about that he's going to be really sad that I didn't mention, but he could tell you.
Well, he'll get hopefully he'll get a chance to come up here and explain to us. Of course, I find it funny. Mickey is coaching. Look at there. That's authority. He's already got his retirement plan figured out. This man's going straight to coaching. When G2 finally pick up Doing B and he gets forced into the support staff. Of course, it is Gragas, the Ivern, as well as the Silas for the side of NA, Aphelios, J4, and Nautilus. So not a lot of confirmation as to where anything's going to be going. I think Nautilus in support is the only thing I feel 100% comfortable with. Which
but it could be Nautilus mid.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah.
The target Tyler 1 banning is happening a lot. They just keep going down Tyler 1's champion pool.
Yeah, and I don't know how Disguised
versus Toast
is going to adjust to this.
Maybe he disguised himself as Pobelter, and he's just like, I can coach.
I've watched enough Toast streams to know that like Toast is like a pretty solid League of Legends player.
Flat player.
Yeah, but I don't know like if he knows what to do. So when Tyler 1 says I'm being banned out, what does he say?
He says that's too bad,
like,
man.
Twitch is pretty good right now. Zed, Singed, those are all great champions in TFT. Are they good here? Can you pick them?
Bring poison.
They actually are just.
Yeah, they're just
outside of the awesome ban. They're just hard committed to banning Tyler 1. All right.
I don't hate it as a strategy, to be completely honest. It seems effective.
I honestly think that a lot of the solo queue strategies, the mental warfare strategies, have to apply in a game like this where there's not a lot of pre-existing team synergy, and that means like if you pick one player, ban them out, and then camp them, and you can tilt them. The just tilt them strat could come through, and not to discredit Tyler 1's sportsmanship, but he does have a history of rage and frustration, is what I will say. So
hey, he's on a win streak. That's all I'll say.
That's true.
Yeah,
can't doubt the power of the Shadow Dogs.
What was it? 10-0, 10-game win streak.
I don't remember. It was 10.
I think it was 10-0. Yeah, and he's got Core JJ in the jungle as well. That's gotta help for something.
That's like, sure, maybe. I don't know. What is in the sense that Core JJ is a good player.
Yeah.
Ivern, though, very unique. Definitely not the jungler I would ever pick to like jungle on stage, just because there's so much Ivern-specific knowledge that you need. But now we have a Ziggs, which I imagine will go into the hands of No Way. No Way, of course, a notorious
skill shot god.
Skill shot god, as well as Xerath player, plays in the German league for Ad Hoc, I think, still as a mid laner. And now the Rengar has been locked in. This is historically a Bwipo special in the LEC, but
is Bang gonna play Rengar top? That seems like what it's gonna be, and then Tyler's just gonna play Caitlyn or something. Would be my guess.
We could also see Double Bruiser bot. Buffs to Doran Shield is buffs to Doran Shield makes all these lanes much easier. And Aphelios does not have a lane to get out.
They're Ivern Rengar bot, I think. Oh. And then they're throwing Aurelia top with Gragas jungle.
I never thought this would be relevant, but I've played that bot lane. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, and Caps is way more. Caps is very experienced with this as well, because I think it was either him and Mickey or something, did a lot of this actually, just like in mid lane.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, so maybe we see okay. I'm ready for GP bottom and Aphelios support.
Yeah, they got this. It's
Jarvan.
It's Nautilus support. Jarvan jungle, Ziggs mid, GP top. Surely.
You gotta understand. Having come from the LEC in an entire season of G2. I don't know what Tyler 1 just did there, but I'm about it. Okay.
This is fine.
Is it? All right, we'll find out.
They could do
just remember that for anyone watching at this exact moment, whether you're waking up early in EU or staying up late or awake in reasonable time in North America, this is the only game that actually matters. All the other games in the NA-EU rivalry are wiped away.
We do say this every year.
That counts.
And usually I favor the North American team in these meaningless games for fun games.
I mean, it's...
Yeah. The less consequential games.
There you go. That's a politically correct way to say meaningless. There you go. That's supportive.
Look at that. Anyway.
Well,
I'm not too sold on this NA draft.
here's my question.
Okay.
Did they specifically cut the sleeves off of Tyler One's shirt before giving it to him? Did he do it himself, or
He
they're
likely
cut off?
just-
They're just cut off. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just fell off. Like it didn't fit.
That's true.
And it just ripped at the seams.
I think in terms of triceps / shoulder muscles, Tyler One could 1v5 the LEC team.
Yeah.
We don't have as many bodybuilding influencers on our team.
The shirt is on brand for him. Does Young Buck still bench and powerlift?
I think the thing is, anytime anyone becomes a coach, it becomes harder to get as much time in the gym.
Yeah.
But I think Young Buck is still incredibly strong.
Yeah, he might be the strongest person in EU.
Yeah, that was definitely true for a time.
Yeah.
But I will upset someone who's.
I said in EU. It's like the entire
Yeah,
region.
the entire region.
In the EU professional league scene.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome, NAEU. How do we? Okay, I guess we wait for them to try to kill each other level 1, and then we talk about Aphelios. Is
Yeah,
that the strat?
probably.
Okay.
Probably. So he has 5 guns. I'll start with that. I'll let that sink in. You can carry basically 2 at once, and then your W swaps between them, and each gun has 50 ammo until it goes to the next gun. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Tyler One is about to die.
Well, he can jump.
There you go.
Look at that.
But now, here we go.
Fight!
That's going to be a big stun coming in from Relia. Fatty body slam comes in from Core JJ. Navarian has to flash over the wall. No way flashing out as well.
Let's get him,
Huge
Sneaky.
advantage to NA.
3
That's
flashes.
4
4
4
flashes.
flashes. Whippo's running. I don't even know if he knows 100% what he's doing here on this champion. His other gun should be, Severum, the scythe pistol. So that's the Healy gun for any of you who've read the bio. And it looks like he is just going to die. So that's first blood for NA. It looks like second blood potentially as well.
I think so, too.
Ooh, taking his time, but that's 2 stacks on the old bone necklace for the ring guy to get the lane started. So,
Baited him just right.
and that's the thing.
Tyler's actually undefeated on Ivern in professional matches.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there. Hook down. Cost him a flash, but it's fine. Sets up this actual 4-man Aurelia stun into the 2-man Gragas body slam. And then it was kind of chased down. I was wondering if Sneaky was going to try and flash over, but he probably wouldn't have been able to get anything. And once EU started the full retreat, it was trouble. I feel like
It's a bad
Nervarian
play.
probably took the wrong route.
Yeah, I think
Just going out on a limb here.
you have to imagine the false sense of confidence that comes from 5-man invading, seeing Tyler One flash away from you in fear, and then realizing that you've been bamboozled and getting 4-man Aurelia stunned. Good damage goes down. Whippo trying to do stuff. And this is the thing, is because I don't know what most of these projectiles look like, it's
Yeah.
hard for me to tell outside of basic auto attacks exactly.
So, yeah, I haven't learned what all the symbols mean.
So this is the primary, this is the sniper
It
kind
looked
of
like the
weapon.
sniper gun, yeah. So
I'll
basically,
look up the names while you...
basically 5 guns. There's the sniper gun, which gives him 100 extra range.
Calibrum. The
It's
rifle.
called Calibrum. Then there's the healing gun,
Severum, the scythe pistol.
which is called, thank you for
it's
the backup
so
here.
edgy. Every single name
and
is
it
so
means that
edgy.
basically you lifesteal with them. And now once you're level 2, each of your guns gets an ability. So
Okay.
trying to remember all of them at once is a little bit too hard, but I promise it's actually not super, super complicated once you start playing.
Flag, drag, locks him down. Tyler One taken out here.
Yeah.
You getting some kills back, but now the TP's coming in Sneaky on the chase. The bush already laid down. It's going to make this a lot easier. Cap needs to make his way out to
baby.
safety, but good damage on Diaso. The Aurelia going to find the resets. Conqueror proc healing, not enough. Navarian, the last man standing. But once again, North America coming out on top.
Just camping the guy who's trying to first time a champion.
Look,
Classy, I like it.
We said like,
Yeah.
EU did it in pick ban when they hard banned Tyler One out. And now NA is doing it in game because Whippo, there's no way Whippo has any idea what he's doing because no one has
Yeah.
played this champion.
Yeah, and they forgot about Tyler's Ivern, clearly. They just forgot that it was
And-
his
yeah.
secret pocket pick.
And people are going to look back on that Draven ban and wonder why.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
that's not... He's clearly been an Ivern player his entire career. Unprecedented Draven ban. Don't know why that showed up.
Core JJ's got plenty of practice with support Gragas, so he's comfy. Anyway,
Yeah, I feel like my region has let me down. Yeah, just a
I mean,
little-
so
little-
far.
So far. We're only 4 minutes in.
wait until Aphelios gets his ults.
It's-
Because they're strong, I think. I haven't actually seen it.
Oh, here comes Core JJ. Caps could try to spider it out his way out, but he's been snared. He's
good
going to get
camp.
jumped on, and that's very easy to follow up. Severum Scythe Pistol for Whippo will not give him a decent amount of healing. Now he has the Slowy gun, Gravitum, The cannon.
Yeah, basically that one, every auto attack slows, and then the spell you get on it roots people who have been marked by your auto attack. So that's actually fairly straightforward. I also think that someone forgot to tell CoreJJ that he is a jungler because he just keeps going bot lane.
I think you kind of go where you know.
Yeah.
It feels safe. It's homely.
I feel like it's working pretty well.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any reason for him to stop.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the game where you're like, hey, you're as a coach after this game, you'll be like, hey, CoreJJ, you need to take more camps.
We'll see, though. I mean, remember, this is also the jungle that has no more catch-up experience. So CoreJJ is getting counter-jungled a fair bit right now as they duel in the mid lane.
And credit to Yasuo, because here's the thing, is that I think No Way is technically counted among influencers, but he is an EU regional league player.
He's very good.
So to go toe-to-toe with him in lane very confidently is a good sign, is super cool. And on top of that, he also already has, a bit more gold under his belt. And I don't think this lane matchup is going to get any easier at this point for No Way, especially with CoreJJ waiting in the darkness.
Yeah, on the ward.
Not so dark.
Yeah. He can get out of there. And even though his name is Yasuo, he's in fact playing Aurelia, which I think is extra impressive. Gets another kill!
That's it!
Yeah.
Actually just dunking kids.
This could get out of hand.
Here's my question. That Reddit post about the meme about Shadow Dogs being the first team from NA to just like take over, the international scene. Does it feel more and more believable as we witness a team comprised of influencers beating some of the best and brightest actual full-time pro players in Europe?
I mean, you said it. Those weren't my words, but sure. Yeah.
And this is just clean Aurelia play.
Yeah.
Auto cancel, Defiant Dance, you get the double dash, obviously on the Blade Surgery set.
Yep,
so.
got his Conqueror up, and he's not even level 6 yet. So now that he is level 6, No Way does have Flash, so it'll be a little bit harder to generate a solo kill.
Caps is determined to keep this going.
Yeah.
The cannon is very slow attacking.
Who is definitely still learning.
Yeah, and he's only level 4.
Oh, okay, so it looks like he's got the Flamethrower gun. That's an AoE attack. He just used this Flamethrower spell, which will then mark people.
There's too many different marks.
Yeah. It's gonna be a learning process to play this champ as well as cast this champ.
Yeah. No, I'm.
The biggest thing is learning the symbol for all of the guns.
Which I think,
once you know that, it'll become a lot simpler to follow.
I think the nice thing is there's some intuitive marking / design there. And now once again it looks like Gangplank is going to die.
Woo! Yasuo!
Incredible.
He got the kill early from the skirmish. He got the kill from the teleport bottom lane. And now he's just kind of snowballing the game.
Yeah, he's absolutely out of control. They're already struggling so much bottom lane. You can see, obviously, CS is going to tell you one story, but the 3-1-5 Rengar will tell you a different one. And really, my question is, when you're an established brand like Yasuo, as someone whose name changed in the past, at what point do you consider a rename to Aurelia?
It's probably taken, if I had to be completely honest.
I mean,
but
you're like,
you would consider it for sure.
Yeah. Should that stop him, though?
No.
You know? I wonder what Coach Mickey X and Disguised Toast are thinking backstage. I wonder if everything's going according to plan.
I mean, it seems like the plan's great for NA right now.
Yeah.
Just tilt them.
It's brilliant. It's literally the original League of Legends strategy. It goes back.
I've done the research.
Yeah, it goes
Here's
back
how
forever.
You do it.
Back in the prehistoric era, you know? Just tilt him. Caps, at least, he's trying to roam. He's trying to get something done. Not able to hit the skill shot there.
So Whipple's going for the Fordorans build. This is actually a strat that people have been doing in solo queue recently. You get really, really strong off of Fordorans. However, you should only do it when you're ahead. Because the whole idea is you get ahead, you build Fordorans, you can't get pushed out of lane, then you eventually get SP Reaver first, and it doesn't matter. Can he 1v3?
Yasuo does not have a ton of mana, so this is actually going to be pretty difficult.
Can't ult.
Reset, and that's going to be it. The shutdown is there. That's massive. So a good chunk of gold. Not going to go into the pocket of No Way, which has been unfortunate, but Jankos will be happy to have that in a very even top lane matchup so far.
Getting the early Moby boots from Caps is nice. I think when we eventually see Pro, we're going to see more of this because you don't have to put extra gold in your support items. So basically, supports can get their first real item first, and it's probably going to be mobility boots for a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, Black Drag will connect. The game plan follow-up is there. Cataclysm is going to connect with Tyler 1. That's the ult coming out. Big damage from Whippo. Now he swapped between guns, left and right. Calibrum, the rifle, trying to mark. He gets ability. Follow-up is good. The Chakrams coming back and forth. Whipple's still alive for now, but Yasuo not going to connect on the ult. That is massive. And he will go down. Such a good start for Yasuo. Cut short. Whippo finds yet another kill. Bang. Going to continue to re-engage. Looks like Stolen Ult comes in. Fantastic Greg assault from CoreJJ. But is it enough? Not going to happen.
Well, he's back in the game. Basically, that whole fight, I was focusing on the Aphelios.
I honestly,
Yeah.
I got lost in the fight halfway through trying to figure out what he was doing, and I
Yeah.
gave up. I just stopped talking about it.
Okay, Whippo's learning. He's
Yes.
figuring the stuff out. What he did a couple times there is he was able to mark people with his sniper rifle and then get the max range auto attack. You could see him just do it right there. So once you mark someone with the sniper rifle, you can just kind of globally finish your right click. And then his chakram, you can stack it up during combat with champions, so kind of the longer you fight with it, the more powerful you become, and that was really strong there. So all comes in, that's just basically like throwing a big gun that applies the gun effect to everyone. And then after that, you can see the chakrams around him just getting stacked up as the fight progresses, and since they don't kill him right away, and because Yasuo missed his ultimate, he doesn't get killed.
Yeah, very unfortunate. They've given over some shutdown gold already from Yasuo in the mid lane there, and now the way this fight plays out, just not very favorable.
Really good ult from CoreJJ, it just wasn't able to get anything done.
And the thing is like, Whippo is definitely learning, right? Whippo has gotten an entirety, and you can see he's excited about it. He's gotten an entirety of almost 11 minutes of experience, as have his bot lane opponents. Everyone else wandering down into his lane still has no idea what this champion does, most likely. They're like, what? I don't understand. Why does he have a million projectiles? Why is he like Mega Sivir right now?
It's definitely going to be an experience.
Flag drag. That's a quick kill pickup on CoreJJ. Sticking around a little bit too long trying to clear out that ward. I gotta say, Bang struggling. Bang very much locked in top lane trying to match the pressure from this Ziggs.
Yeah.
And Jankos has been roaming a lot.
His top lane Ziggs actually seems really on point. Luden's completed. His free boots have completed. Okay, here we go.
Sneaky gonna go forward. They got Daisy here as well.
Caps is in trouble.
Empowered Roar. Yeah, Caps should absolutely be taken down, but Evelyn trying to follow up. Uses the ultimate, gets the mark. Can try to follow up in CC, but I believe he's already used the ability. So he has Gravitum and Severum, so he's got Sustain and he's got a Slow, but he doesn't really have any follow-up or kill threat at this point.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see a lot of as people get more familiar with the Aphelios is Gravitum, the gun that slows on auto attacks, and which spell will root people he's marked as he tries to 1v2 with Chakra. We're going to watch
huge damage comes in, TP coming in as well. These GP ultimates so clutch. That's going to be one. Can he get a second one? Tyler, I'm going to try to find it. Whippo's taken down in the end. The final Daisy auto will do it, but now Yasuo is going to be the one in trouble. Ziggs ult. He's going to clip him, it looks like. Yasuo, can he get that kill onto No Way? Is not going to happen.
Well, someone's going to get him.
Yeah. Looks like poor JJ. We'll get the body slam. Pistol is not going to stop that belly from bopping.
Close game, actually.
Yeah, I really thought it was doomed after the start, but that bot lane play brought a lot back. And as difficult as No Way, or as difficult as laning phase has been for No Way, his GP ults have been a big game changer for this otherwise very difficult bot lane.
Yeah, and I don't know how sold I am on the scaling of the sneaky Rengar, but we'll see. All right, watching this one more time. As you mentioned, the GP ult does come in fairly clutch here. Which guns were those?
Okay, that's what I'm looking up. So we had Severum, we had Gravitum, and I'm trying to figure out, so when you activate Severum, that is the lifesteal gun, that is the red gun, for those of you.
Yeah, so the spell of the red gun is really, really good.
Yeah.
Because it gives you, I believe, move speed, attack speed, and you're also firing both guns.
Yeah,
so your main hand and your offhand.
Yeah, so you get 6 quick basic attacks, plus 3 per 100% bonus attack speed you've stacked up, and it swaps, I believe, between your offhand and your primary weapon. So at that point, if you have Gravitum, you're getting both the lifesteal from Severum, keeping you in combat, and then also the slow, which stops a Rengar from getting on top of you, or makes it more difficult in this case for the Rengar to get away. So very strong interaction.
Yeah, and the other thing we're going to have to eventually learn about Aphelios is how you're managing your guns. Because once you run out of ammo, it basically goes into the back of your gun line.
Yeah.
So that's the way you can manipulate which 2 guns you have throughout time, is if you want to keep a gun for a while, you just keep it in your offhand and you don't use the ammo, and you cycle until you have the 2-gun combo that you want.
Yeah, which makes me think that there will more likely than not be like 1 or 2 or 3, let's say, ideal 2-gun combos that people will try to cycle for.
Probably. But the alternative, like Cool World, is you're just MacGyver using whatever tools are available, and all of the guns are good. It's like, well, I got the AoE gun now, so the flamethrower, so let me go clear away really fast. Or I got Chakram, so let me go fight someone. or I got Gravitum, so let's go find a pick.
I like that potential for like ideation exists, right? Like,
Yeah.
And that's, people are talking about like him being this, you know, the Giga Brain champion, the Galaxy Brain champion, the Mega Mind. But I don't know how complex he's actually going to be, if it'll just turn into something simple like this complex. But I'll hold that thought. Yankees is getting engaged on. Big damage now, traded back. Yasuo is here. Fantastic stun follow-up. Going to grab 2 quick kills, and now he's moving in front of Whippo. Now Whippo, of course, has the lifesteal as well as the shotgun, so he's attacking very quickly, but Yasuo is more than fed enough to make this happen, and as the ammo runs out, Whippo goes down, forced to swap to the rifle, and the rifle just not giving him what he needs. The variant can go in, but has to be safe here. Trigger Seed going down onto Yasuo, good shielding. The variant can follow up, but Noe's just so far away. So it looks like, once again, NA coming out on top, and this has been such an incredibly close game.
Yeah, it's turning really good, and Yasuo may be the one that needs to carry NA to a victory. And that's an accomplishment, I feel like. When we have these mixed games of the pro players and then the high elo streamers, to be able to have some pop-off moments as a high elo streamer has got to be fairly fulfilling, right, as a streamer, to kind of say that you can be one of those very high-level players even against these pros.
Now Whippo's going to go in. Cap's going to show up just to get this, the assist there. Whippo able to finish that kill quite easily. Marks his target, gets the max range. But I think you're completely, Jack, honestly, I think you're completely right. I think like this is like such a huge, one, just like confidence opportunity, justification. Because I think every solo queue player, whether or not they've gotten the opportunity, probably wonders how they'll stack up against the pros in a, in this case, semi-serious game.
Yeah, and I do like how they did put like no way against Yasuo. It's not like we put Caps mid against Yasuo or something, so at least the goal level's been kind of close, but there's the Mountain Drake, which gives Armor tomorrow. Another fight.
Stopwatch, it will be Ocean Drake. An extra push now for Yasuo to try to outplay here. Ivern's going to take one up to double. He should be able to clean up Caps. Now can look to get a little bit more. That's going to be 2. Jankos has to run for the hills. The Ziggs, it's not going to happen. We'll get one back, but Yasuo, triple kill shown up. Jet, you said it. This is the man that needs to carry, and bam, right on time, there he is.
He's popping off, and he's also going on to Whippo's Aphelios very early in these fights. So even though Aphelios has 5 different guns to cycle through and abilities on each gun, he does not have any dashes. So when Aurelia gets there, he's there.
To the surprise of everyone, the champion with 5 guns.
Yeah.
None of them.
The champion with many, many dashes can indeed have a play through. It also helps Yasuo's case when Whippo runs right next to the Aurelia to allow Yasuo to just kind of auto-attack.
Yeah, you know what they say, never take 5 guns to a knife fight.
You would always want 5 guns in a knife fight.
League of Legends is different. This is a fantasy world. We have to redefine classic sayings. There you go.
Gold's really evened out in this one.
Bounce. It's an emotional roller coaster. Now, Yasuo can keep going. Fantastic. Look at 3-man stun. Yasuo popping off, but the follow-up damage is there. Defiant Dance will not save it. That's a big, huge shutdown. Here comes Aphelios on the backside. So much damage. The slowest damage from Gravitum. Swap back and forth between these guns if he needs to. Holding on to the range. But once again, EU, right when you think that they're out of the game, they win a clutch fight, and they're right back in.
Absolutely. That was a very poor fight, to say the least, in terms of engage. And Jankos' Ziggs, I think, could be the sleeper MVP of this one. He was up in the top lane on island on himself. He's been roaming a lot.
Yeah.
Got ridiculous turret damage.
And here's the issue. When team... Hold that thought. Sneaky going in. We'll get the shutdown. Can try to finish off the variant. Definitely should be able to finish off the variant. Uses the snare. Wants to keep him in combat. The flag dragon's over. Here comes Caps. The double supposed to drop in for Sneaky. The Ignite goes down. Sneaky not going to be able to make his way out of that one. But TP now coming in. And who could that be? But the wonderful Bang.
Sylas.
So far confined to the top lane. So far 0, 3, and 4. Could now be 1, 3, and 4. Fantastic stun. Caps now running.
He can probably get
yeah, I think the fight or not is just a little bit too much here. But Bang can go over the wall, which is going to make a lot of this easier. No way is fighting on the bot side against Yasuo. Might be able to turn this one, but the Trigger Seed coming in just in time to turn the fight. And that's the shutdown.
Yeah, Tyler 1 came in really clutch with the Ivern Shield at the end of that dual bottom. We're going to watch this fight one more time. Yasuo wanted it, but he gets all the way in onto Jankos Caps and then basically just gets rooted into all of the Ziggs bombs and is unable to escape afterwards. Also note that Sneaky was nowhere to be found, and in this fight, no one got on to Whippo, so he could basically just free fire from the back.
And there's not really, I mean, outside of Caps at this point, there's not really what feels to be a true tank right? So the team that
Yeah.
starts the fight is usually the team that wins the fight, because you just don't, unless you're bursting a single member down. If Yasuo comes in like that, he instantly dies. Of course, he has a ton of damage. Of course, in a fight where not every single cooldown is available, he can cut through this team, but it just didn't happen. But now he has stopwatch. He has the Sterak's gauge, a lot more survivability.
I want to say something about Aphelios.
Okay, you can honestly.
Hopefully I have a window. If he has Gravitum, which
Yep.
is basically like the purple moon-shaped gun, I'm going to start trying to just say what the picture looks like so we can better identify it. Anyway, if you use your ult there, it's an AoE 99% slow, and then you can then use your gun's spell to root everyone that gets hit by that slow. So I think you can do that as a pick tool. He's not on screen right now, so I'm going to stop talking about it.
That's fine. Would be a great pick tool. Sneaky's ult should be a great pick tool, but now they're going to try and turn. That's good stuff.
Here he is.
Now they're locked in.
Use your ult!
Ziggs going to be a lot of good damage here. Tyler1 now has to run for the hills. Bank can come over the wall, but this looks like, once again, a decisively won fight from the side of EU. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in control. I think they can do Baron. They've killed enough. There's no TPs up. It's just Core JJ and Bang. I think Aphelios should have pretty good Baron damage. I don't know if he has the right guns. He doesn't have the right guns right now. Chakram would be the best gun on Baron because he could stack it up really quick. Oh, I think he made it to the gun?
No, he has Severum. So Chakram ran out on his first auto on the Baron. Trying to find that
Now he's got
mark
Healy
now.
gun and Sniper Rifle.
Honestly, yeah, so he's got Healy gun Sniper. Yep. Calibrum.
Yeah.
Okay, so green is Sniper, red is Healy gun,
Yeah.
purple is Slow, white is Sivir thing.
Is Chakram?
Chakram, yeah, white is the Chakram.
Crescendum, the Chakram. Okay.
You got
Infernum is blue.
Oh, the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Guys, design.
No.
team.
So have you ever? Do you have like a gas stove?
Blue is really hot.
It's
what
the
you're trying to say is that
start
it's
of the
really
fire.
hot flamethrower.
It's fine. It doesn't have to be red or orange. I'm okay with that decision.
Yeah, it's true. I said, don't bring 5 guns to a knife fight.
Yeah.
You said
You should.
fire makes more sense as blue. And that's
It,
it's a different world, guys. You can't argue, okay? These are the rules of fantasy environments.
yeah. So that gun, the one he has now, is the Healy gun.
Can you imagine if this is how excited you were about single champs in like a regular LCS cast? You're like, why does Jat just pick one random champ and only talk about that champ for 30 minutes?
I do that sometimes. Like the first time I'm casting a Maokai jungle game or something, I'm like, so listen, these saplings in this position means you can get 2 of them to properly hit the blue buff.
I think it's just like super gratifying as a caster when you hard prep for a single random obscure point, and that obscure point becomes relevant. You can't resist the temptation to go all in. And now the fight seems to be a similar story. Navarian has gone all in, lots of members locked to the backside. So much Ziggs and Gangplank damage. What everyone else is doing is ultimately inconsequential because the AoE combo here with the Jarvan is simply too easy to execute.
Yeah, and they're 1 Drake away from Ocean Soul, which is a really, really strong soul because of all the self-healing it can give you. Feeling like this is like a 90-10 game at this point for EU to beat NA. Breaking the losing streak
I know.
in All-Star events.
I think we had such a rough year.
Can NA not get the All-Star victory, Dracos?
This is honestly EU.
Whippo's first time being champion.
EU needed this one.
Okay, you're right. They did. After the devastation, finishing second at the World
I know,
Championship.
yeah.
How painful that
First
must have been.
loser. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about it, Jack. All right, one more fight potentially, but it's a disaster. Bang is simply too far behind to get much of anything done. Whippo is learning the champion. It appears to be quite a good champion. The slow setting up for Jankos to go godlike. And now the flag and drag to finish things out. Yasuo, it was a beautiful game, my friend, but you could not carry the load that was this team.
He started out really well, but he ended up going in a bit too early in a lot of those late game team fights. Then Jankos' Ziggs, sleeper MVP of this game. Nervarian's Jarvan also had really good initiation, did end up going
Oh, he's
tanky.
leaving. He's backing.
Well, they probably want the soul.
Yeah, they definitely, which is good.
It could, I mean, NA could end it right here if they felt like they wanted to. But they're choosing to stand and fight, which I have to commend.
That's true.
Yeah, this is no open mentality.
No,
This is a winnable mentality.
I like this.
Yeah.
Strong mental game coming in. I will say this. I think in games like this, teams should just like agree ahead of time on like 6 champions to ban and ban nothing else. And they have to agree so that we can see Yasuo play Yasuo. Just look at Zarelli. Look how good Zarelli is. What if you play Yasuo? How much better?
Yeah, Yasuo would have been nice, I think.
And look, don't get me wrong. I know what everyone at home was thinking before this game. I can't wait to see Tyler 1's Ivern. And I'm with you. I'm for sure with you. But I might have also enjoyed a Draven game. Maybe.
Yeah.
That said, I don't think Bwipo's Aphelios would have done very well in Tyler 1's
Against
Draven.
Draven.
I think Tyler 1 would have chosen not to read any of Aphelios' abilities and just ran at him and killed him anyway, because he was very good at Draven.
That might have happened. Like I said, I can't really fault what EU has done. I think they've done some smart stuff.
I think they
There's
picked,
the ult.
honestly, they picked simple to execute stuff. No way.
No way.
Redemption for a very poor laning phase. He wants to end the door or end the game in classic EU fashion. Where's the X?
Corgate got them down.
Okay, yeah, that one's reserved, my friend, man. No. All right.
All right, here's.
Oh, there you go. Will the guns be enough for 5 guns? Both of them going into GA. Aurelia will come out first. Can Yasuo get a gun? Can Yasuo find a kill? Yanko's legendary. The minions. They're looking to finish the game. They are not for fun players. They simply want things to end, and the minions will do it. Call that a partial victory for EU, as minions technically did finish it.
It's a complete victory. There's the flame. Tyler 1 very heated after that one. Yasuo could have carried. He almost had it.
He did. Ziggs does a lot of damage. I forgot. Literally no one plays that champion in my games, but Ziggs does a lot of damage. So when Aurelia went in and didn't kill the Ziggs and instead killed the Aphelios, it was a big bait.
When are we going to get the rematch? It's the real question.
That's a good question.
So, how did you decide? Okay, so the blue players are the pro players, and the red shirts are the streamers, influencers?
I believe. I mean,
I'm really good at seeing patterns.
So yeah, that was good pattern recognition. I was like, my theory was they let them pick, but
that could have been it too. And you know, it just could be a pattern.
Tyler 1 just refused to handshake Bwipo. This is peak League of Legends, folks.
Yeah.
That's what you need to understand. Next year, everyone's going to be playing Ivern, Rengar bot lane.
Maybe. And here's my question.
Sure.
Why recall on the Nexus if you're just going to run back and try and backdoor it? I thought the point
I really think
was to get another 5v5.
But for no way, I really think that, like, while his GP alts were super important for the game, he did kind of get hard-bodied in lane.
He did die.
Repeatedly. So maybe that was like, he's like, guys, I need this. You know, this is my emotional victory. And then, of course, it backfired and was kind of embarrassing because he died to the Nexus Tower, or the Inhibitor Tower.
What did you learn about Aphelios?
I
learned that I need to memorize what the gun symbols are.
Sure.
That's way more important than knowing the names. Because I was ready. I knew the 5 guns, and I had, like, there was heal gun, there was slow gun, there was flamethrower, there was sniper, there was chakram gun. Yeah. But I didn't have the symbols down yet, so that hampered my cast, I would have to say.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely had a lot of My Chemical Romance jokes planned coming into this cast, and I forgot to use all of them.
Can I get one before the toss?
I was going to say at some point it's not okay. It's fine. We're being told to toss. We're done talking about Aphelios for now. We'll talk more later. For more on the latest chapter in the EU versus NA story, Shox is standing by with North America's new support player.
Well, thank you very much. I'm here with the legend himself, Tyler 1. Bit of a disappointing performance, I would say. What went wrong for Team NA?
All right, first of all, I can sense some sarcasm in your voice, being an EU fan. Secondly, I'll tell you what went wrong. Let me refrain. They banned all my champions and then camped me for what? For what reason? Are they that scared? Probably salty about that Worlds performance.
Oh, I'm not angry about that comment at all. In any case, they did say that they were tryharding so much. You know, they came up with all these strategies, like the bans and stuff. But did you guys not want to win?
I'll be honest. I wanted to win. I'm almost positive my entire team was playing for fun. Typical, right? Yeah. And they did have a coach and they did strategize. These guys wouldn't even talk to me.
Well, I want to talk about your mid lane specifically. Do you think maybe Cassiopeia would have been a better fit for Mo?
Yeah, exactly. He just started one-tricking that champ. Shout out Trick2G. You won't be forgotten.
All right. So you are also playing tandem mode with Yasuo with Mo tomorrow. Okay, so tell me about the strategy and that, and then the preparation and how you're looking forward to that.
Well, I mean, we haven't talked about that yet, but I got some preparation for us. He listens to me. He does as I say. We win easy. He refuses. Well, I'm just gonna FF.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Anything else you want to share with the world here at All Stars? Are you enjoying your time?
I mean, it's a good time. I am enjoying myself. This EU did not just beat NA today. EU beat Bang, Core JJ, Mo, and Sneaky. Not me.
Message received. Thank you, Tyler. Stellar performance. The rest of the team, not so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Shocks and Tyler. Once I was prepared to say, finally, EU has taken down North America in a show match, but as Tyler pointed out, I guess that's just not true. It's important for me to note here, joined by Mark and Stash, who was a game designer, champ designer specifically, who worked on Aphelios. And that is why we have brought you on here to help us understand what the heck is going on with this champion. Because I think at the outset, a lot of people look at this and they get really overwhelmed by the idea of 5 weapons and abilities attached to each of them. But help us break it down. Give us maybe kind of the noob rundown of this champion and how you guys came up with it.
Right, okay. So originally, no shade at marksman players, right? But that Panic could get a little familiar. Oh, fair enough. You're, kiting, clicking, that sort of thing. And your abilities matter to varying degrees, but you're not doing as much thinking and planning on a lot of these sort of strategic characters elsewhere in the game, and so we wanted to bring that new dimension in full force to the marksman role. We thought that'd be a pretty unique opportunity and offer a new, really refreshing take on it. So enter Aphelios, big brain champion, hopefully, where so he has 5 weapons, but only 2 at a time, and at any given time he could swap between the 2 that he has, and so he's always alternating between the right one for the right situation of the 2. But he can't just choose to get a 3rd or 4th or 5th. He needs to run his current ones out of ammo, and after they run out of ammo, his magical sister Elune warps in the next one for him, and it appears in his hand, and he's in combat using it right away.
So then explain to me some of the challenges, because again, this sounds very complex. Identifying, multiple different abilities that provide utility to what is normally a damage-oriented, class or role within a game, and by the same token, players have some amount of control, right, in being able to choose their weapons where I can eliminate 50 ammo, the next one comes in, but I'm not just like drop down menu, I'm going to take these 2 weapons right now, please.
Yeah, so in terms of how we landed on that system, or
Well, yeah. So one, why is that the direction that you guys went? And then what were maybe some of the challenges that came along with designing a champion that has 5,
Did you at one point have a quick select wheel? Like how crazy? Because I heard you had 25 weapons at some point.
When I jumped on the project, we had already tamed it down a lot. But yeah, at different times, you had an item shop of guns and stuff back in the base. They would spawn out all over the map. Minions would bring them in, cart them into your lane, and it'd be a new one every time. But
oh my goodness, I love that. The minion delivery system.
Exactly. No,
they have a hard enough life already.
All right, well, we're going to keep talking about the champion, but I do want to pull up some highlight clips of the Aphelios played by Bwipo, who will be our player of the game here.
Oh, nice. So here we have his level 1, where he stays on sniper rifle the whole time, even when people are in range of it. So I was squinting at him a little. I was maybe switch to the heal gun and sort of mitigate a lot of that damage that you're taking.
I'm positive, pro players sometimes don't read patch notes on things that they have to play competitively on that week. So I guarantee you this was as the new guns got delivered by his sister. Yeah, Bwipo was passing over and reading them.
Brings out his notebook, I hope.
Yeah. I like the flamethrower gun to me is the one that looks the coolest, and I would want to be on all the time just as a noob, just because I love the pushing power of it. But it feels like that's when you want to swap.
I really like this fight. He starts out with the Chakram gun, and he ults with it, and so that gives him a bunch of the minis, which will then follow his attacks whenever he uses that weapon. So for now, he's maintaining space with the sniper, which is pretty cool because he's a threat. But as soon as the Aurelia jumps on his face, he starts chaining her with these mini Chakrams, which does a lot of damage. And so then she has to back off, and now he's at range again and is back in sniper form, right? Drops the turret, ditches the gun, runs out of ammo. Elune brings him in the gravity gun to allow him to CC. Doesn't end up getting much use out of it, but does get a really long-range sniper queue here, thanks to having that weapon to allow them to finish the kill on Gragas. So right there, we saw a cool combo between sniper and Chakram, weaving out of range, and then when necessary, going into melee to blast them with it, which was pretty cool.
Right, and just how he had to adjust his playstyle once he had the first weapon go out of rotation and the new one joined.
Right, and he lost the Chakram, but fortunately, right as the fight was dispersing, and so he no longer needed the melee threat, which was fortunate for him here, but we got to see the swap in action there.
So this is a champion that has essentially 2 abilities for each weapon. I mean, ultimate and then a singular ability. So that's kind of 10 in total. Why did you guys land on that, number 1? And 2, again, was there any kind of like concern with complexity of the champion or even perception of a champion that seems to have so much at their disposal?
Oh yeah, so that was a big challenge, like triangulating on what's the right number. Is it 4, 5, 6, 25 at one point, right? So the main thing though was like we wanted to make a combo champion that had really cool, exceptional moments, like we saw there with all of those mini chakrams flying around, right? And so so that was just what we were working on. What is the number that gives us a lot of those moments without overwhelming players? And then it was also a challenge to figure out what sorts of things can we offer in those moments that go crazy, but still aren't overwhelming and allow the allies and enemies to track them and play around them. And that's what led to the sort of only 2 guns at a time, doesn't get to control it, has them for as a pretty good amount of time, 50 ammo, it takes a while to chew through, that kind of thing.
Right.
So let's say you're a new player, you're going out and you're wanting to play Aphelios. What's like the first thing that they should be trying to learn? Like, how do you build up the building blocks of playing him? Because if it was me, I'd be like, I'm not touching W. I'm never swapping my guns. I'm going to mess that up. So I'm just going to press Q and right-click and learn each one and kind of chew through. Like, what have you seen as like the best way to figure it out?
Yeah, honestly, that truly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping that we did a great job with the kid and that it kind of teaches it to you over time as you press a button and you see like, oh, I had the gravity gun and I used my other Q and that applied a mark to them. Oh, I could swap to the gravity gun and root them. And then that starts to get you thinking about the other combos that you're going to do because every time you cast a Q, you're likely to see an interaction, and every time you cast your R, you're likely to see an interaction. So just by using the guns and operating as a basic marksman, you should be able to have like a medium amount of effectiveness while you learn the new things and start to like bring them into your toolbox.
And I'll flip the script here for a final question. If I'm playing against Aphelios, again, what should I be looking? How can I maybe abuse this champion, or what are some of the openings that I can look for to take advantage?
So he's immobile for one thing. So think of him kind of like a Varus. He has CC as peel sometimes, but most of the time he's not going to be moving very fast.
Okay.
So he's vulnerable to all in. And then the main thing is he can't really affect you very much other than dealing damage, except for the gravity gun. So look out for the purple orb on his shoulder and the purple mark above his head. That means he's going to try to root you.
There you have it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play some Aphelios. All right, well, I hope you guys all enjoyed our first Aphelios of the game. Stash, thank you so much for joining us and helping us understand this champion just a little bit more. On the other side, we return with another TFT match as the Littles clash on the Convergence.
Hey, do you guys want a coach?
Can you ask my friend Faker?
Faker?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
All right, guys, you guys got a coach.
Who is it?
Who?
Oh my God, man. No, we didn't need a coach.
Let's kill him.
He's dead. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Oh,
Nice.
Whoa! Hey!
This is bad.
Like nice?
Oh, I think it's good. No, I think it's good. He's dead.
Let's go.
Oh, I can kill. I have him. Oh, I had him. Nice, good shit, guys.
All right. Yeah, kill him.
Oh, get him!
Good job.
Nice.
Dude.
Good shit.
Dude, we got Ocean Dragon, Rengar, Ivern. This is
my
sneaky.
God.
It's actually perfect. Yeah.
The perfect map.
I got a really big ult. Okay, let's go.
Nice.
Nice.
Listen, we fighting?
Oh, Lord.
Stop it!
I know the only reason we're in the game.
Nexus, one hit. No, let me kill that. Cap! Oh, well, that wasn't good. GG. Let's go!